There used to be a lot more golden-shouldered parrots on Artemis, but today the population is down to around 50 birds. We're doing a range of intensive short-term actions that are designed to boost numbers, and that includes things like protecting nests from predators and supplementary feeding. At the same time, we're doing a range of actions that are going to take longer, and they're designed to restore habitat at sort of a landscape scale. To make sure we're on the right track, it's crucial that we measure things properly. There's a range of things we measure, but the two things we're most interested in is the parrot population size and individual survival rates. The best way to measure population and parrot survival is putting combinations of coloured bands on their legs. This is a standard practice in aviculture and ornithology that's been done for well over a century. To do this, we first catch the parrots in mist net. This is another standard tool in bird research. And once parrots are extracted by highly trained and licensed personnel, they are quickly measured and the bands fitted before release. Birds are typically flying free again within a matter of minutes. But fitting the colour bands is only the beginning. We need to relocate them from time to time and see who's still around and who's no longer with us. But how do we do that in a landscape that's this big? Well, luckily one of the management actions we're using is supplementary feeding, which helps parrots through a period of food shortage. But this also has the advantage of making parrots predictable in time and space. So we simply put a camera up at the feeders and let the cameras do the watching for us. The downside of this is that it results in hundreds of thousands of images. And so we use AI to filter out those photos which don't contain any parrots. Then an analyst manually inspects every parrot photo to see if they're banded, and if so, who they are. The ratio of banded to unbanded birds gives us an estimate of the overall population size. We can also measure things like the number of days parrots have actually been alive, and this provides us with a really sensitive way to measure some very important things, like, for example, the difference in survival between males and females. We can show that females live for about half as long as males, which is probably because females do most of the early nesting work, including cavity excavation and incubation, which makes them vulnerable to attack by predators. It also gives us a very sensitive way to measure the results of our overall recovery program on Artemis. Our work here has only been going for about 3 years, so our colour banding up till now has captured a period when we were developing habitat restoration methods and these emergency intervention tools. Now that those tools are in full flight, we expect to see a dramatic increase in the population size and survival of individual parrots. And the only reason we'll be able to measure that is because we can track individual birds using colour banding.